Hi, I'm Jill. I'm an artist. In 2023, we bought our boat Freya. We fixed her in Whitby and sailed around to Largs through the Caledonian Canal and the Crinan Canal. Our journey continues. Welcome aboard. Hi there and welcome to this week's video. As you can see, I'm nearly starting to get a bit of momentum, and you know where we're up to at the end of last year, and I think this was the last bit of the year, this video, and then it goes into when we started looking at the engine panel and things like that, and which is in a few videos ago. So really, as I'm saying, these are like catch-up videos, and I think the next video that comes out after this one will be more about this year and where we've got to this year. And I'm deliberately not filming these little introductions on the boat, so I don't give away what's happened between 12 months ago, which is what this video is about, and now. So 12 months ago was Whitehaven Harbourfest, and we also went out for a little sail on the same day. There's a little bit about that. And also a couple of days later we were hauled out for Freya to have all her annual checks done on her bottom. So that's what this is about. Got a bit of Harbourfest, a bit of sailing, and a bit of sorting out her anti-foul and stuff at the end. Then next video we're going to start seeing what's happened this year. So this is from Mark, my husband. Please like and subscribe and share the videos. He keeps saying, why don't you ask people to like and subscribe? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I'm going to say, please like, please subscribe, comment on the videos as well, and share them with people. It helps my channel, it helps get a bigger audience. I mean, these videos, I am doing them as a record of what we get up to, because I've forgotten what happened that first year anyway. But it'd be nice to have a bigger audience to share it with. Off we go. Let's find out what happened. It's race day today. We're not racing. We're just going to go out and join in and stay out of everybody's way. But it's an absolutely glorious day. I'm just hoping that there's enough wind for people to actually get anywhere. I think we're all going to put our sails up and just float backwards. But we're going to get out. I'm going to take lots of photographs, lots of video of all the boats. It's Harbour Festival Day today as well. So there's lots going on. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So let's get on with it. So we set off from Whitehaven, through the lock and out to harbour. Lots of boats were already out sailing for the race. We wanted to let them all get out first. We also managed to avoid the fishermen's lines on the harbour walls. I was looking forward to a lovely sail and a nice flat sea. The weather was gorgeous and we had good company. With a light wind and the calm sea, we put the sails up. What could be better? And then it was time to turn the engine on. And there it was, that lovely peaceful feeling of just floating along, steering with the wind. Yeah. Just so relaxing. I hope everyone had a good time, even with the little bit of seasickness. We watched the race from afar and kept out of the way. We made our own little journey, learning about how Freya handles, which was our main aim this year. And then the colourful spinnakers on the race boats appeared and looked like gems dotted on the sea. And it was time to go back in. We didn't stay out long, but it was really enjoyable. We were greeted back in the harbour by the swans. So, the race is finished.
Yeah.
Somebody won, we don't know who, and everyone started to come back in. We came back in early.
Yeah.
Mark, I'll start again, shall I?
Alright.
So the race is finished.
Yes, it
has. Stop it! So the race is finished. And we've come back in. Everybody else has started to come in because somebody won. We don't know who yet because it's all handicapped. We kept out of everyone's way. We didn't cause any problems, and we found how much wind speed we need to actually get Frey attacking without the engine on, which was good. And Julie and Joe were great help. My sister and her girlfriend came along to help today, and we had a great time. So cheers to them, and thanks to everyone. It's just been a really, really lovely morning. I think it's about 1 o'clock now, something like that, and everyone's in, and yeah, it's turned into a beautiful day. And Julie and Joe went to get changed for the afternoon and then came back refreshed. What I did say, because I asked, do you want geese or swans going by? You said, I don't know.
I said eiders.
I thought you said either.
No, eiders.
The swans kept away from the bustle of the Harbourfest on the shore and stayed near the boats, so we went to the shore and joined in. It's an annual event that goes on in Whitehaven. There was of course a stand for the RNLI. We owe them quite a lot from the last couple of years. And the rum story. You're going to tell us about the rum story?
So, the rum story, if you haven't been before, we're an exhibition based around Jefferson's rum and the Jefferson's family. So Jefferson's family are one of the most prominent families in Whitehaven, you know. So 230 years ago, our rum is quite the oldest rum in the UK. Basically what it comes down to, we're used by the Navy, we're used by people far and wide. Whitehaven folk traditionally wouldn't drink anything else. And that's how good it is. So it's a completely different product to what you normally use in your normal rum. It's a blend of 3 and 7 year mixes, so it's something completely special. We do different variations of the rum in chocolate and sort of tropical spiced, black vanilla and things like that. They're all sort of slightly different, but they're sort of based on the same thing. So the Jefferson's family themselves have been in Whitehaven for about 300 years. They ended up going over and buying plantations, freeing people and making a business out of it, and then bringing it back. You've heard of the triangle trade if you go through historical records. So they were part of the triangle trade as well that came into it, and then rum, Jefferson's rum all the way right through to the Jazz Age as well, was quite worth it. So if you pop down the exhibition, have a look around and see what you think about it. Have a try rum as well.
Hey, thank you very much.
No, it is.
And there was plenty of live music going on. The streets were beautifully decorated with lots of types of entertainment, from giant puppets Whoa! Gorgeous musicians. And then everyone went home and everything went quiet. And we just had the swans for company. They were doing their little dances and we relaxed. The next day we were going to be hauling out, ready to do some work on the hull. And this is the day that we're bringing the boat out. Lovely, isn't it? Mark went home and went back to work. Perfect weather, unbelievable. We got in the hoist in the rain And at this point I was on the boat and then realised I had to find a way off the boat before it got taken up into the air.
Give us a wave.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that bit. Right, where's the best, safest place for me to stand now? To get out your way. It seemed I had to climb over the front of Freya and get up the ladder on the side of the dock. And this was the first time of doing it, and I must admit I did have sweaty palms, but it wasn't a problem. I'd definitely do it again. And up she came. There were constant adjustments from the hoist to make sure she was straight and safe. And it's always this bit that amazes me. I love watching it, the way the hoist moves and how it's controlled on those four wheels that all pivot to take her to the right place where she needs to be. When we brought her out, we did notice there were a few bits on the waterline that needed treating. So we got some better primer, and we're going to really make sure that was sorted. And this is where we were staying for the next couple of weeks, in the boatyard, our new home on Freya, perched on the blocks ready to have work done. So we primed that edge and painted the boot top to protect her again. And it wasn't corrosion, it was just flakiness. But we wanted to make sure that wasn't going to happen again. Then we sanded down the underside, ready for a new coat of anti-foul. After the first coat, I heard some commotion out on the beach. It sounded like crashing metal, so I had a walk round whilst I was waiting for the anti-foul to dry. What I saw was the remnants of a boat, and I think what they've done is they've towed it round from the marina. I think this is the one that was being pulled apart earlier in the year, and this is just the last little bit. So when I got back to the yard, I just had a look at how it was being torn to pieces, and the amount of forces that must have been going through that metal for it to be ripped apart like this. You can see some of the tear marks in the metal. It's just unbelievable. So we did the second coat of anti-fouling and all sorted, nice and neat. And then the satisfying bit of pulling off the tape. All the way round.
This is the satisfying bit, isn't it?
Ready for another year. Satisfying, as he says. Very satisfying.
Satisfying. So, Jill, how much paint did you get on the boat?
More than I got on me.
I'll just go looking for the patch that she's rubbed her back on now.
Yep, we're all proud of the work we've done, so we took advantage of there still being a bar just outside the marina and went and had a pint in the beautiful sunshine. Looking gorgeous. So overall it was a good haul out, and we managed to get everything done that we wanted to get done, and she was ready to go back into the water for another year. We thought it was going to be a fantastic year next year, and again we were treated to another beautiful Whitehaven sunset. We were optimistic, looking forward to the next season, and we've got to admit, you get really, really good sunsets here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.